I guarantee you I will get her phone number and she will get scared of you and run away. Finding a hairstyle that suits you. So if you're looking for help, I can try to help you out. Why don't you just like take your beanie off and I'll see. Oh my. It's all about what you look like, and that's just society. That's just what it's like in today's day and age, which is fortunate for me and pretty unfortunate for you.
Welcome to the podcast. 21-year-old WWE ID superstar, one half of Swipe Right, Brad Baylor. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's gonna be fun.
What was your life like before wrestling, before you became the big breakout star of 2025?
Oh wow! Can you say that one more time? That last part.
Before you became the biggest breakout star of 2025.
Well, you're spot on with saying I'm the biggest breakout star of 2025, so thank you for that. But before wrestling, I mean, it was nothing that would come too much of a surprise to anyone. I was always an athlete. I played football and lacrosse from second grade all the way through high school, and I picked up competitive snowboarding from like eighth grade to 10th grade, and it was all a blast. I think everything kind of did help in the long run with wrestling in terms of just having an athletic background. And then when I started wrestling, I was training at 16. So not pretty soon after that, my junior year of high school was when I started training for wrestling.
What was your favorite sport?
They were all so different and they're all so good in their own ways. You know, nothing beats like cruising down the mountain on a powder day and snowboarding, but lacrosse practices were so fun, but then football games with the boys were so fun. So I can't pick one over the other. I really can't.
Were you a troublemaker in school? I feel like you could annoy some teachers or throw wild parties, steal your friends' girlfriends. I don't know.
I was never the super loud and obnoxious kid in class. I'd always get in trouble. I would kind of I would get a little devious with the boys. Me and the boys would get a little devious. We'd be up to some stuff, but we kept it cool. We kept on the low. You know, I think I was a smart kid in that sense that I would rarely get in trouble, but I was definitely always doing some sneaky stuff to pass by the time.
Why wrestling? You could have done modeling, acting, sports.
I mean, I really think I was born to do this. Like you said, I could be a model, I could be an actor, and those two things kind of make up professional wrestling in a sense. You know, it's the showmanship and also looking the part. And I have both. And like I said before from the previous question, that I am an athlete. So those three things coming together is what makes a great sports entertainer. So I think it's a no-brainer on why I chose wrestling. I really think I was born to do this.
How do you stay in shape like you do? And have you ever actually been out of shape before?
Again, like I was playing sports ever since I was in second grade. So I was always in good physical condition. I I diet clean. I train every day. But obviously, I didn't start doing that until I started training for wrestling, right? And before that, you know, I was just a kid. So I think I looked like any normal kid. I was never out of shape, but I was never, you know, no 14-year-old's gonna look like a bodybuilder, right? So I think at every point in my life, I just kind of looked like a normal kid until I really started hitting the weight room and eating right.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to Southern Connecticut State University in New
For
Haven, Connecticut.
for what?
Studied communications. Yes.
And communications translates into real life how? Like what?
Well, what are we doing right now, Drew?
Yeah, but I mean, like, what kind of job could you get with a communications degree? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I want you to know that I did not go to college studying communications degree in any with the mindset of I'm going to get a job with this. You know, professional wrestling and wrestling for the WWE has always been the goal of what I want to do for a living, and that's what we're doing now. But I I wanted to go to college, right? It's a blast. All right, I don't regret a single part of it. And in terms of why I chose the communications degree, I read an article that Chris Jericho was a communications major, and he said it really did help him in the field of professional wrestling. And at this time, when I was 16 years old, looking at colleges, I knew I wanted to be a wrestler full time, but it was the matter of, okay, well, you still got to pick a major and something to study. And I figured, why not study something that can somewhat help with what I really want to do?
How long were you on the Indies before you got picked up by WWE?
I'm still under what I'm doing right now. I'm still able to do a lot of other independent wrestling bookings, which is phenomenal, and I love it because I'm able to get more experience and more reps. But before the WWE ID program, about 2.5 to 3.5 years of just the independent scene.
Early on in your career, you called yourself the 17-year-old veteran. How do you have the confidence to call yourself the 17-year-old veteran? You've like just started, and you're going against these people that probably are veterans. Like, how do they feel about that? How do you have the confidence to call yourself that?
Well, even at 17, right? I debuted my first match at 17, right? So I wasn't even a year in, and I called myself that just because I had a ton to learn back then, as I still do now, and I still will for the next 10, 15 years. But I definitely knew what I was doing. I had a plan, unlike most people. I figured out the blueprint on what it takes to make it in professional wrestling. And just having that mindset it made me realize, like, I do have a grip on this. I know what is needed in this business. I know what they're looking for. I know what makes money. So I felt confident enough to call myself that.
Yeah. Speaking of confidence, you went by gorgeous, beautiful, like all these different names. Did you put that on yourself, or were other people giving you those nicknames? Like, what was going on there?
I hate to admit that I thought of those, and I think looking back, they're terrible. But you always go through that. Everyone goes through that. It's trial and error, right? So I was going by those nicknames until I realized that it just it's just more for the ring announcers to say, because I think walking through the curtain, everyone gets it. Everyone gets it. Whether I call myself gorgeous or beautiful, they just can like see it. And I'm not trying to say that to sound cocky, like I'm the man or whatever, but I just genuinely mean that. I think it's like a waste of words. I think less is more, and I think I ditched that just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, if I was a fan watching me, I'd be like, yeah, we get it. You don't need to call yourself. We get it.
When you got picked up by WWEID, they did it in the ring. They announced it. Like, was that a spontaneous thing, or did you know beforehand when they told you in front of the crowd?
No, I had no clue. It was totally legit in the heat of the moment type of thing. I had my match. I still remember I was at Wrestling Open in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I had just won the Wrestling Open tag team titles with my boy Ricky Smokes. And after that match, the ring announcer Rich Palladino, who we love so greatly, he's what a terrific guy. He handed me that WWE ID contract, and it was all legit in the moment. I had no, I mean, I don't want to say I had no clue it was coming, because I knew I deserved it. I knew that if they're handing these things out, I knew I would get one, but I didn't really know I was going to get one until that exact moment.
Did you know the WWEID scout was in the crowd though? Like, did you have any idea about that?
I mean, I knew just as much as every fan on social media. I knew it just as much as any fan in attendance that night. Obviously, there was talk around, because before I got ID'd, other people had already gotten ID'd, right? So everyone was aware of the program. But I just, I'm always on my A game, right? I'm always going 110% balls to the wall. So I knew that if there was a chance someone was there, that they would notice it and see a lot in me.
Ricky Smokes, your tag team partner, also got drafted like the very next night. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm pumped. What do you mean how I feel about that? That's my boy. That's my tag partner. That's my ride or die. We're having a blast together. On screen and off screen, right? I mean, we're boys. We go out, we party, we go on two mans, and we tag team in the ring, and it's great. So I was beyond thrilled, and it is so incredibly well deserved, right? I mean, so well deserved to see that happen.
What's cool to me is they kept your original ideas. Like, they kept your the way you look and dress and talk and everything, like your name, the tag team. Like, they didn't change anything, because they did. A lot of times they'll change your name or they'll change your look. Or it seems like they thought you were a complete package already before they even got you.
Yeah, again, man. I mean, I had the blueprint from a very young age, from a very, very young age, from when I first started. I knew, I understood that, if you want to stand out, you got to be different. If you look on any scene, doesn't matter if it's the main roster, NXT, WWE ID, or the independent circuit, there's no one like Ricky and I. There's no one like Swipe Right. There's no one that does it like us. I mean, there's too many people that are trying to be like other people, and it'll never work for them. And Ricky and I realized that, and we had a game plan, and it fits us well. So of course it's going to work and resonate.
You came in as a tag team. Are you wanting to Is that where your mind is, tag team instead of singles, or you want to break out in singles eventually?
Dude, I'm a tag team guy, brother. I'm having a blast with it. I'm loving it. And I give credit to Ricky for that because Ricky's the boy, so it makes it fun. It makes it easy, right? We're always throwing ideas at each other. It's always a great time. So as of right now, man, and probably for the rest of the time until I'm, for as long as I'm a wrestler, I want to be a tag team guy. I love it. I think the tag team division, no matter where you look, whether it's main roster, NXT, ID, the tag team division is an absolute shambles. Okay, they need to be saved, and I think Swipe Right is that team that can save the division and make tag team wrestling mean something.
You guys, you and him both have a healthy sense of confidence. You don't think your egos could get in the way of being a tag team? Eventually, one of y'all wants the spotlight a little bit more than the other, something like that?
Not at all, because I think I can't even disagree with you with the fact that we have big egos, but I think we have our egos in our absurd level of confidence because of how we boost each other, right? How we build each other up, how we make each other feel. I get the majority of my confidence from him, and I think he gets his from me. Always hyping each other up, always being out there together. So I don't see that ever happening, like literally ever.
Yeah. So, how did you meet Ricky, and like, what is your friendship like? When did it start, and like, how close are you guys?
Yeah, I met him in 2023, so almost 3 years ago. And I mean, it was great. Like we clicked instantly, right? I mean, he's from Massachusetts. I'm from Connecticut. So we were always on the same independent shows together, always talking, always chatting. And we had similar personalities. We just got along so well. So we thought, a tag team could only make the both of us that much better. And that started at Wrestling Open.
Is the guy that we see on screen exactly who you are? Is it like or really close to who you are?
Yeah, I don't really change too much. I just, I'm just me. I think look, I'm not an actor. All right. So I think if I tried to be anyone but me, it would be pretty obvious. It would be pretty obvious what I'm trying to do. So I figured, again, not an actor. I'm a wrestler. I'm a sports entertainer. So I just go out there and be me.
Yeah, the first or not the first time I saw you, but in one of your promos I was like, this is like a perfect promo. You're like 17 years old cutting it. Like you pointed and you were like, there's two types of people here. There's the ones from Fairview, and then there's the ones from Fairview that are dressed well and they have money and blah 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 blah. And then there's you who are from this area, like just like roasting this crowd. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure you liked it as well as everyone else. I've heard everyone loves that. It's a huge thing. Everyone loves it. It's great. It's been talked about forever. It should be talked about more. And I think the reason why it was so good was because it was authentic. I just go out there, grab the microphone, and talk. I don't try to be anyone else. I don't try to even be a different version of myself. I'm just me, and I think that comes off so genuine that people can connect to it and relate to it.
Are you ever nervous before you cut a promo or before you come out to this stage or whatever? Like any nervous at all?
No, 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 not at all. I mean, everything, every time, every place I've been, and every big moment that's happened throughout my career, it just feels so deserved. And it's every time something like that happens, it's always, well, it was a matter of time. Nothing happens too soon. I think everything happens for a reason. And if I'm in a certain position in a certain match, on a certain television program, I just know that I deserve to be there. So I don't think nerves just don't really happen. I just go out there and I do my thing and I be me.
Do you model yourself after anybody particular? Like you remind me of Mr. Perfect.
It's a
I was
great compliment. That's a phenomenal compliment. Mr. Perfect's the man. I think he's great. I've watched a lot of his tape. I watched tape of Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Mr. Perfect, but I don't think I model myself after anyone like specifically. I can get some ideas. I can think some things are cool, but at the end of the day, I think just being myself. Because if I'm just me, no one's seen. There hasn't been another me, right? If I try to be like anyone else, it's just never gonna work. Everyone's gonna know what I'm going after. So honestly, no.
Yeah, you, Mr. Perfect, Flair, Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, all of them kind of a little bit Randy Orton. There's a little bit in there, Randy Orton.
I'll take
Uh,
that. I'll take that.
who were your favorites watching back in the day?
Favorite wrestlers to watch growing up? I was a big Christian guy. In like 2011, I thought Christian was sick. Obviously, like you said, Randy is the man. Big fan of the Wyatt family, and a random one for you was Sin Cara. I was a Sin Cara guy.
Do you ever see yourself being somebody that gets cheered, the fan favorite? Like, is that ever something that's probably going to
I
happen for
mean, dude, that's just not up to me, right? It's not up to me. It's on the fans. If I come out one random night and they all start cheering me, then they all cheer me, right? I'm not gonna get mad at people for cheering me. I think that's so unrealistic and unbelievable. I mean, yes, I get booed, and if they want to boo, they want to boo. I'm gonna let them do what they want to do. I'm just gonna be me at the end of the day. And as of right now, there's a consistent theme of them not liking me, but I guess it can always change. But if it does change, it doesn't matter when it is or if it happens. It's not on me. It's on the fans if they want to start cheering.
I think that happens to you late in your career, like it happened with Flair and other people. Like they were so good at being bad that people just eventually, they have to cheer.
We'll see. We'll see.
I like that you embrace that you're not well liked. You don't care.
I don't do it for the fans. I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it to make a lot of money and have fun with my boy Ricky Smoke. So the response that comes from the crowd is just it's up to them. It's what they want to do.
Do you watch Japanese wrestling and all that kind of stuff? Like, I don't.
As a kid growing up, not a single time. Not a single time, if I'm just being honest. Now that I'm a wrestler, I would love Ricky and I swipe right, doing some stuff in Japan. I think that'd be cool to get maybe learn a little something new, have some matches with different people. But when I was a kid, it was Monday Night Raws on Mondays and SmackDown Live on Tuesdays. I mean, at the end of the day, like I loved wrestling, but I wasn't a complete dork that had 7 days out of the week to watch all different wrestling programs, right? Like I had football practice, like I had other stuff, I whatever, playing spike ball, jumping in the pool, going to the beach with the boys. I just I didn't have time to do all that, but yeah.
So your goal is not to have a 5-star match in the Tokyo Dome main event.
I look, I go where the money goes, all right? If I see money go somewhere, Baylor goes somewhere, okay? If I'm just gonna follow where the money goes, okay? Right now, I'm loving what I'm doing. Um, I would never shut any doors on myself in terms of opportunities, but you know, that's all it is.
You're going where the hundos are.
All right. Well, we can clear this up now, I guess. Hundos does not mean $100 bills or money. Okay, when I say hundos, it means 100%. I don't know why so many people don't understand what that means. Maybe it's because it's you guys are old and you specifically you're an unk dude, you're unk status. But no, it means 100%. So if like for example, because I feel like you still don't know what I'm talking about, if Ricky Smoke says, "Yo, Brad, you want to go out and get some drinks tonight after the show?" I would say hundos. 100%. Let's do it. Let's rip it.
So how did you get so good at the basic fundamental things so fast? Like you're like 17, 18 years old and you're wrestling like somebody that's like really seasoned.
Yeah, I mean, it's all my trainers. I started out training with Paul Roma and Mary Mancini at Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling in East Haven, Connecticut, only 30 minutes away from where I grew up. And they taught me a lot that I still use today. And then I also got some training from Mike Hollow at Elite Pro Wrestling Academy up in New Hampshire. And I would make that drive every week that I could. It was a long drive, but it was worth it. So that's where I get my fundamentals from.
Are you ever tempted to be like because there's so many people in your age bracket like that are like, wanting to dive off ladders and do all these like crazy moves, tope suicide, and like all this like crazy shit.
Oh, geez. Look, I think I'm different in most people in the sense that, like, I'm doing all this to just make a ton of money while doing what I love, right? When the sun sets and everything's said and done, I want to be able to, just drive my Bugatti, play golf every day, hang with my hot wife, and I want to do all that without being in 100 million different pieces with my bones not working. So, in terms of interest in jumping off ladders, going through tables, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not saying you'll never see it. Okay, if I'm beefing with a dude and it gets so bad to the point where I want to hit him with a steel chair, I'm gonna hit him with a steel chair, right? And I think that's normal. But no, who wants to? I just think that's so stupid and unrealistic. Oh yeah, I'm doing this because I want to jump off a ladder and go through a table. Why would I like that? Hurts. Okay, like that doesn't feel good. I would never want to do that.
You said you think that's normal to hit somebody with a steel chair?
Um, if you know, there's a reason for it. If it's justified, right? If I need, I mean, if the ref's distracted from Ricky and I have a chair on me, I need to get the win. It's a desperate win. I mean, I got to do what I got to do.
But probably not setting anybody on fire or throwing them in thumbtacks or diving off the Hell in a Cell.
I don't hate anyone that much to do that yet. All right, no, no interest yet. I think I'm good doing what I'm doing.
What's the most important part of your ring psychology that kind of sets you out from other people?
I think I'm wrestling with one goal in mind, and that's to get a win. And I don't think there's anything else to that answer, right? I'm always trying to win. Okay, wins is what elevates you and what builds up your resume. And at the end of the day, you need to win. All right, you need a good record, and that's all I'm thinking about when I'm in the ring.
I totally expect to see you on the top 30 people in their 20s list next year.
Yeah, and if I see that happen, that I'm on a top, 30 list of people in their 20s, I guarantee you I will not care whatsoever. But yeah,
You don't care about awards and rankings and all that kind of stuff?
I care about winning titles. I care about making money. And I think if you care about anything other than that, then you've lost your mind.
What's your pre-match routine, or do you have a pre-match routine?
Pre-match routine probably looks like, getting my gear on, getting warmed up, getting a little bit of pump to get the blood flowing. And then I kind of just like doom scroll on TikTok. I just scroll, scroll, scroll. People say it's brain rot, but it just kind of like calms me down. I like it, and that's what I want to do.
Who are some of your favorite TikTokers to watch?
It's no one in particular. It's no people in particular. I just like scrolling. Whatever I see, I see, a couple guy. I mean, I like a guy named Togi. I think he's funny. He's hilarious. He's entertaining. But he's not really a TikToker. He's more of just a content social media guy.
Hmm. Now he's got the Brad Baylor bump, though. You've mentioned him. He's probably going to get a few
Yeah,
hundred
he's probably
thousand views.
thrilled. Yeah, he's probably thrilled right now.
What's some of your favorite moves to do? The elbow drop you do is perfect. What are some of your other favorite moves?
The super swipe, Ricky and I's tag finisher. I mean, I literally don't think anyone's kicked out of it. So that's a huge move. I mean, any move that'll get us to win is probably my favorite move, right? Because at the end of the day, I care about winning and having my hand raised along with Ricky Smokes beside me. So super swipe. I like my snap power slam, and that's about it.
I like the elbow drop that you do. Macho Man Randy Savage was my favorite ever. Of course, now it's Brad Baylor.
I appreciate the glaze. Yeah, I really do. I've familiar with Macho Man. He's got a good elbow drop. Not quite as good as Brad's, but it's up there.
I'm gathering from your Twitter that women think you're really funny.
It's not. It's never about actually being funny. Okay. It's the point being that when you're attractive and when you ascend yourself and when you look smacks to the full extent, women will find you funny, even if you don't make a single joke. They will laugh and giggle in their way of flirting. So that's the meaning behind it.
So, how does somebody look smacks?
Well, Looksmaxxing, there's a few things that go into it. All right, you need a good skincare routine. It's all about like preparation and making sure your facial structure is looking nice. So mouth tape can help with your like zygomatic bone structure. It can help with your mandible bone structure and really just form the jaw coming together, which I can see from you. You might need work on that. And it's also a lot about finding a hairstyle that suits you. So if you're looking for help, I can try to help you out. Why don't you just like take your beanie off? And I'll see. Oh my. Dude. Um, there might not be a lot to help you with. You are a sub 3 human being, is what I like to call. All right. If you're at a scale of 1 out of 10, you're jumping around the 1.5. But I mean, I could try to help you as much as I can, but I don't even know where to start with you. You can put the beanie back on, honestly. That's better. That's better. But yeah, good skincare routine, finding a hairstyle that suits you. There's a lot that goes into it. I think facial structure is very important, which is where the mouth tape comes in when you're sleeping at night.
So is that something that you did? You did all of those things?
Oh, absolutely. I have a great skincare routine. Shout out to Neutrogena. That gets me looking nice and clear, as well as the mouth tape to help with my jawline.
Wow, that's a lot of work. It sounds like you've put into that.
It's worth the time, and I think you should look into it.
Uh, maybe. Do you have? What are your pickup lines? Your go-to pickup lines?
Ooh, see, here's what people don't understand. Okay, it's never about the pickup lines. Never has been, never will be. It's never about what you say. It's solely based off what you look like. If me and you go up to two girls and we say the exact same thing, I guarantee you I will get her phone number and she will get scared of you and run away and go find her friends. Or lie to you and say, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. Sorry, just lie to you." It's that's the whole thing. Okay, it's never about the pickup lines. It's never about what you say or how you say it. It's all about what you look like, and that's just society. That's just what it's like in today's day and age, which is fortunate for me and pretty unfortunate for you.
That's Let's talk about women. What's your type of woman? Who has a chance with Brad Baylor?
I mean, it's it definitely depends, right? I mean, if you're hot, you're hot, okay? I mean, I'm not gonna get it twisted, right? If you're in good shape and you're attractive, you have good bone structure, and you're fit, that'll go a long way with me. But in terms of dating, that's a whole nother story. Now you need the personality, right? If it's like a one night little bit of fun, standards aren't as high. But in terms of dating, that's when the standards go up, okay? Um, you got to be nice. You got to be funny. I mean, I say funny, but I haven't met too many females in my life that are funny. But we're still trying to find that.
So you don't have a particular like blonde, brunette, redhead.
Well, I think an 8 out of 10 blonde is more attractive than an 8 out of 10 brunette. But I think a 10 out of 10 brunette is more attractive than a 10 out of 10 blonde. You following?
Mm-hmm. So you don't have a thing for redheads though. Redheads are kind of no bueno.
Redheads are either an 11 out of 10 or a -1 out of 10, brother. All right, that's all I've picked up on when seeing redheads. I'm a fan. I could go for one. It's situational for sure. If it's one of the 11 out of 10s, I'm saying hundos.
Hmm. So you've been paired with a lot of women over your short career. Like on YouTube, I've found multiple different women that you've been paired with, like a valet, stuff like that. You're making out with them, even in WWEID since you started. So like you've had women all over you. Are they finding you? Are you finding them? What's happening here? Like how's this working out so well for you?
Well, I think that I sometimes I just am doing my thing, and when you're focusing on yourself, I think the ladies come to you most of the time. And again, what guy is gonna, say no to having a woman with him ringside?
Do you have any crazy ex stories? I feel like you could, like, uh, you broke up with somebody and they became obsessed or something like that.
I mean, I think they're all obsessed to an extent, but I try to before I date them, I try to pick the ones that I don't think will be crazy. So no, not too many crazy stories.
Who gets more girls, you or Ricky?
Oh, it's 50-50. It's right down the middle. I mean, look, if I'm out with smokes at a bar and I'm chatting it up, playing eye tag, chatting it up with a chick, whatever I'm doing, I look over, I'm thinking, yo, where's Ricky at? Let me go find him. I look over my shoulder and I go, oh, he's talking to another girl himself. So yeah, we're always, we're a tag team. We're in sync. So
Do you have any funny Ricky stories? You spend a lot of time with him. Any stories that stand out?
I'd have to clear it with him before saying any. So as of right now, no.
John Cena, he called you out the other day. Apparently, he did this like swipe right thing. Like, have you had any confirmation that was actually for you and for Ricky?
Does it need confirmation, dude? Like, have you seen the clip? I mean, what really did it for me was like the way he did the swipe right. All right, he didn't just go like this. Like he literally did like the two fit, like the way we do it. I mean, the cameraman even followed him on that one. That's exactly the way we do it. Anyone who says, "Oh, that's not actually for them. It wasn't for swipe right," you're just out of your mind. You're just an absolute idiot. I think. I mean, it was pretty clear what that was. It was for the boys. It was a shout out to the future of the business. It was a shout out to swipe right.
It hasn't widely been reported at all. It's like mostly just been you saying it. Like if you Google it, nobody says like, "Oh, John Cena called out swipe right." Like it's literally the only thing I could find was somebody saying like, and Brad Baylor took that to mean that he was swiping right for him or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't take it to mean it was swiping right. I just that is what it was. You know, it was pretty obvious if you go back and watch the clip. I mean, it was literally a shout out to the boys, and that means a lot coming from the greatest of all time, John Cena. Anyone who thinks, oh, they took it this, why wouldn't we take it that way? Anyone with half a brain, which not a lot of these wrestling fans seem to have, would understand that that was a shout out to us.
So, what are some of your goals in wrestling?
NXT tag team champions with Ricky, main roster tag team champs with Ricky, and just to make a ton of money.
Do you have any dream matches? People that you'd like to beat up?
Ooh. Again, man, my dream match is whatever's paying the most. My dream match is whatever my first WrestleMania match is, right? Okay? That's the biggest stage of them all. All right? That's the top of the top. So I don't care who's across the ring from Ricky and I. Whatever tag team it is, it doesn't matter. All right? We want to be on the biggest stage of them all and get paid an absurd, stupid amount of money.
Your favorite non-Brad match?
Triple threat match. Pretty sure it was out of WrestleMania. No clue which one it was. It was Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and Kurt Angle. Triple threat match. It was sick. It was sick.
Yep, that's a really good match. That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite triple threat match because they said they gave them just a very little amount of time, and they were all three motivated by that. They went like all out in that one because
I mean, yeah, it's 3 stars. It's 3 stars in one ring, right? It's 3 goats in one ring. How can you not like it? I thought it was great.
Who's your favorite tag team? Swipe right. Besides yourself, do you have any?
Besides swipe right, favorite tag team would have to be the Hardy Boys, which Ricky and I did wrestle in Maine for Limitless Wrestling. And we got so close to winning. We got so close. But we wrestled them. It was a very good experience. And I think the Hardy Boys are my favorite tag team that isn't us. They're cool. They're different, right? They're kind of like us in a way, just a different shade.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys and Swipe Right are exactly like each other. I've heard that so many times.
All right. Don't be smart. You know what I mean. I mean, we're both innovative. We're both different. We're both unlike anyone else. And we both have an elite level of chemistry with our own tag partners.
Yeah. So what does it mean to be in the WWID? Like, what is that contract? Like, what does that entail?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a huge opportunity, right? So it allows us to compete on WWE Evolve's programming, which is a huge opportunity, which Ricky and I are absolutely killing it at. I mean, if you watch the show, Ricky and I are literally, along with our boy Jackson Drake, the Vanity Project, that 3-man faction, probably the greatest 3-man faction of all time, if you ask me, or if you ask anyone smart that knows professional wrestling. It also allows us to train, get a lot of great training in, while also getting reps at independent promotions, continuing to gain experience and learn a ton. It's phenomenal. It's a great experience.
Yeah, what have you learned there?
I mean, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't get it. But I learned a lot. That's all you got to worry about. Okay.
Word association. Let's do a few words.
Let's do it.
Logan Paul.
Amazing.
Jim Cornette.
Oh, Really amazing. I love Jim Cornette. I think he would love me too if he saw me. If he saw anything I've done, I don't know if he just came across what I've done, but I do have a lot of respect for him. I love what he's doing, and I think he would. I think he would like Swipe Right, but I'm not sure.
I think he would love you guys because you have the basic fundamental things down, and you have the look, and you take it seriously and stuff. Those are the things that he cares about. So,
And his opinion is one of few opinions that I would value, right? Because I hear so much from these internet nerds and as fans of professional wrestling who act like they know what they're talking about and like to critique, and they literally have no clue what anything is. And Jim Cornette has an amazing brain for the business, so I think if I got a compliment from him, that would be huge.
Vince McMahon,
Great, great. He innovative, right? Creative, one of the best minds in professional wrestling.
Ricky Saints,
Flashy. We'll say flashy.
Flashy.
Flashy. I won't lie, right? I'll give credit where credit's due. That dude's got some steez. He's got some style on him. He did literally beat all three members of the Vanity Project on NXT, which was a bit of a bummer. But I think all three of us got close, in our own way.
Paul Roma,
Legend, my guy.
Dominic Mysterio,
Great. He's absolutely great.
I could see you in a tag team with like Dominic or Logan.
Well, I wouldn't cheat on Ricky, all right? I ain't gonna cheat on my boy Ricky Smoke. So take it easy. Ease up. Ease up there, Drew. Ease up.
6-man tag. Chase U.
Mid.
Hank and
We
Tank.
beat him. We beat him. Chase U. Hank and Tank is the next one. Can I use mid twice? I think Swipe Right could beat him up pretty bad if that match happens.
You were trying to coach them and bring them along a little bit. I thought you thought of them kind of as like your proteges.
Who? Hank and Tank?
Yeah, you and Rick came up to him. You offered advice. You offered, you told him to watch your match, and you'd show him how to do it, something like that.
What? When was that?
I saw that on YouTube. You don't even remember?
I went up to
a little brief. It was like you and Ricky ran into him for like 10 seconds or whatever. Y'all were just talking. You're like, whatever, and then you called him Tank and Hank, and they're like Hank and Tank, but you don't remember that at all?
It's starting to ring a bell. Look, I think there's always a lot to learn from Swipe Right, so it doesn't surprise me if I said that.
Few more. Ethan Page.
The man. Helpful. Smart. He's got a great head on his shoulders, and he's only helped Swipe Right and our boy Jackson, the whole Vanity Project, the whole ton.
Ava.
Look, I think Ava's fine, right? I mean, she's the GM, all right? You can't get on her bad side, right? You get on her bad side. Next thing I know, it's Brad Baylor versus Obafemi. We don't want that. So, big fan of Ava.
Kind of like Teddy Long. Every time he got mad at somebody, they go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
Right.
Last one, WrestleMania.
The best, right? The biggest stage of them all, right? That's where everyone wants to be. And if anyone says that's not where they want to be, they're either not confident in themselves, they're either insecure, or they're either lying. And I can tell you right now, I'm none of those things, and that's where Ricky and I, as a tag team, belong.
What do you think? You're just starting off, and not really. You've had a few years of experience already, but what do you think of the older guys taking up so much space in wrestling right now? Punk World Champion beat Jay. He's like 40. The Rock shows up. He takes the spot. Like, what do you think of like the older people kind of taking space in your business that younger people could be taking?
I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? I'm only 21 years old. I still got a lot to learn, right? If I'm going on the main roster next week, I'd be happy that guys like CM Punk and John Cena and Randy Orton are still around to learn from, to pick their brains, for them to help me, right? I mean, anyone who says anything different is just an absolute idiot, and they're just probably lying, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you got CM Punk and then you got Brad Baylor, Again, I'm not a liar, all right? I'm not going to be over the top and just try to like make stuff up to be funny. CM Punk right now is going to outdraw me, all right? That dude sells tickets. And I don't like the term old. I think experienced is better, okay? Because at the end of the day, he's still in phenomenal shape. He's doing his thing at such a high elite level. And I would be more than thrilled to get to the main roster and still have some legends around to help me out.
Yeah, I like how in your Twitter and interviews and things like you'll throw in words that like just like you would normally say like crumb or whatever. Like I've never heard anybody use crumb as an insult except for like one of my friends. Like I don't know, I just think that's cool. Like I think that's how you draw in a younger audience too, because you need people that talk like them. I don't know. I think that's kind of
Yeah,
the
I mean, when I'm on Twitter and someone insults me and it's a little bit of a mental note, I react the way I would. I react the first thing that comes to my mind. So if I see Sean Legacy or Marcus Mathers talking some smack, I'm gonna call them crumbs because that's what they are.
what are you interested in outside of wrestling?
Outside of wrestling, just hanging with the boys. Doesn't matter what we're doing. There's nothing better than just the brotherhood and hanging with the boys, right? Me, Ricky, Jackson, just chilling. Doesn't matter what we do, whether we're on the golf course, at a party. Again, doesn't matter. We'll always have some fun. So just being around the boys, that's about it.
Places you've been and places that you want to go.
Places I just literally anywhere, just like in the world.
Yeah.
I'll start with where I've been. I've been to Ireland. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Spain. Uh, where else have I been? Been on a snowboarding trip in Colorado at Copper Mountain. There's definitely a lot of places that I'm forgetting, but all of which were fun. But a place I haven't been yet that I'd love to go is specifically the countryside of Japan. Sounds kind of random, but if you just Google image, Google search countryside of Japan, it is the most aesthetically pleasing and the most beautiful place you could see. Okay, you could be chilling up on a mountain, fresh green grass, see like a tiger strut by, and then oh, I'm getting a little hungry. I need something to eat. You just go down to your local village and get a little rice bowl, fresh made. All right, that is probably the place I'd want to be at.
Cool. Favorite movie?
War Dogs, the gun running movie with Jonah Hill and that other dude. That movie was a banger. That's my favorite movie.
TV show.
Outer Banks. I love Outer Banks.
Your favorite book?
I have literally never read a book start to finish once in my life. Like word for word, like I literally never completed a book. Like obviously, like growing up in school, we'd have to read books, but like I'm a normal kid. I'm not an absolute dork. Okay, I'm gonna just spark notes it. Right, I'm gonna spark notes it. Read the summaries, skim read it. I've never read a book once in my life.
Uh, favorite music? That can be
It changes. Yeah,
singers.
it changes so much. It changes so much. I go through little phases in terms of what I'm feeling at the time being. Right now, I've been big on Big X the Plug, the rapper. That's my guy, Big X the Plug. I like Rome Streets. I like Benny the Butcher. Those are some.
Dang. What's a match type you would like to be in?
Money in the Bank. I would love to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Thought you didn't like the idea of jumping off ladders and stuff, though. I
I
guess
like the idea. I like the idea of climbing up a ladder to grab a briefcase to earn myself a title shot. That's what I like.
that makes sense. um, what's a hidden talent that you have?
None, because any talent I have, I'm not going to hide it to the world, right? I think that would be incredibly stupid to do. All right, people make money off their talents. Any talent I have, I'm going to let the world know I have it. So in terms of hidden talents, like, no, there's really none.
What's something that would surprise us about you?
Ah, like a hobby, like anything.
Yeah, that like you love anime.
Okay, well, I'm not a virgin, so I definitely don't love anime, but I like video games. Playing some Call of Duty with the boys, dude. I was a Fortnite kid, grinding that in the Xbox parties. Oh, you should have been there for those Xbox parties, man. Nothing better than that, right? So, yeah, I think that was fun. That's something I don't think a lot of people know about me.
Do you have a favorite superhero? Are you a superhero guy?
I have literally, Jenny, I'm not even making this up, dude. I have never seen a single Marvel movie or like the DC movies ever in my life. I will say, I've seen one in. It's because I got dragged to it in theaters. It was playing in theaters. It was back in like 2016, 27, some while back. It was when Thanos like killed everyone. I don't know which one that was, but it's funny because while I was in the theater, I was like on my phone, just like texting my buddies or something, and some absolute dork next to me was like, "You should be off your phone right now. You're in the movie theater." And I was like, "Yeah, this I'll never come back and do this again." So yeah,
you're you're more like a villain. You'd be more like Loki or Lex Luthor or well, he's not. This one's not a superhero, but you're kind of like the Draco Malfoy of wrestling.
yeah, this all sounds like another language to me, brother. I don't know what you're talking about, but
Well, what are some things you have coming up? Things you're excited about?
Evolve every Wednesday, streaming on Tubi at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a phenomenal show, more so for the fact that the Vanity Project is running that show, and I think that's why it makes it so great. So I think that's what's coming up. That's always what's coming up, and you need to check it out.
Your Twitter and your Instagram there, Brad Baylor. The L's a one for some reason. And
I'm number one. I'm number one.
There you go. So Twitter, IG, Brad Baylor. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, especially subscribe. I like getting subscribers. And yeah, thanks for coming on, Brad.
Thank you. Appreciate you.